friends, how's everybody doing this Thursday evening? I can't believe it's Thursday already. This month has gone by so fast. We are still creating Christmas in July. I'm just going to do a little bit of a winter theme. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, I'd like to welcome you and say hey and thank you for watching the replay. For all of you awesome live viewers, how's everybody doing? I'm excited to be creating a little snowman this evening, about that morning. I'm going to pull this up on my iPad. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you're a little bit cooler than we are. I just heard today that we're going to be back in a heat setting, in an oven, so to speak, and our feel like temperature was between 101 and 104. I think it's not going to be the same for about the next couple of days. So high humidity and hot. So we just need a fan. We need to create something cool, wintry, to cool us all down, right? That's what we need. I hope you are having a blessed evening. Let me turn you down and see what we are doing this evening. Welcome, welcome. I have got a couple of snowman cutouts from CraftDeals. And then the riser that we are doing is some CraftDeals as well. Let me get this cord out of the way. You don't need to be seeing that. Let me put that up a little bit. And this is one of the little cutouts. I have already stained it in white. Language is hard. I'm going to dry that real quick, and I will measure those here in just a moment so that we'll see what size these are, because I got two of these. I'm going to dry them up real quick. I figure all of you know how to stain, so I didn't need to go over with you on how to stain your boards. Now I've got to get me some more staining pads from, oh my goodness, Harbor Freight. This is the bigger one, and I will show you. They've got several different sizes, and I cannot remember what sizes I picked. I want to say 4 and 6 inches maybe. We'll find out. 6 and 4. You know what the cool thing is about these? Who sees a snowman? Who sees a pumpkin stack? Let me know in the comments. Do you see a pumpkin stack or do you see a snowman? Let's put those to the side, and then we are going to create a riser out of this cutout. And the wonderful, beautiful thing, they already put the holes in there for us. Is that just not amazing? And then these are the little feet that go in there. And this is called Kathy Finial-footed riser. Kathy Finial-footed riser. Footed riser. I'll get it out here in a minute. And we are staining that one in dark walnut. I'm telling you, talking is hard tonight. And I've used my sponge many times. I'm trying to find another clean spot on here. Like I said, I need to get more sponges. This is my last one, so I'm going to try to make do with what I got. If not, I'm just going to use a household sponge for right this minute. But let's stain all these up, and then we'll get to creating and to crafting. I'm only going to use one stencil tonight, but I'm using different parts of the stencil on different boards. And this again will be like a little coordinating pieces, and they can sit out all winter long. And if you are new to me, welcome. I invite you to follow my page, Whimsically Knotted. I also have a website if you're interested in checking that out. Of course, it's called Whimsically Knotted. And I have a shop on there. So when you go to the website, you can hop over to the shop and see all the things, because everything that I create goes to the shop. If you don't see it in the shop yet, you can message me and say, hey, I don't see this in the shop. You still have it? Or, because sometimes it doesn't post until like a week later, because it takes a moment to get everything sealed and put on the site. So sometimes I've created it but not posted yet, because I might be waiting to finish the other side, so just check back often. And I'm staining all the sides. Everything is gonna be stained in this walnut color. I'm not staining the inside of the holes, but I will stain the finials. And we're going to use a variety of colors tonight. We're going to be using traditional burnt umber for the, well, I might have to see if I need to make it darker or lighten it up. For the arms, we'll have to see how that looks. I might have to add a little bit of highlights. We're going to use spiced pumpkin for the nose on our snowman. Not sure yet if I'm going to do solid black for the eyes, if I am going to do them in a mix with that burnt sienna and a little bit of black. You guys know I like to be a little different. Let's see, what else? What else? Just blending this in. And we're going to use lush green for polka dots on our scarf. Our scarf is going to be heritage brick. And then we might use a little light buttermilk and white mixed together to get a lighter color, because I don't want my snowman to be completely white. I want him to look antique and rustic. Hey Rita, how are you, my friends? How are things going? Sorry, I can't remember where you are from. Otherwise, I would say how things are going in your neck of the woods. You experiencing the heat wave too? I can't believe it is as hot as it is up north. They are really, really hot. Everybody seems to be baking a little bit. And of course, we're going to have to keep in our prayers the folks in the wildfire areas and the flooding in Texas. And they just said that we might get some storms either today or tomorrow with this heat dome that we are having. They have put up some in Charlotte. They put up some cooling centers for people so that they can get some reprieve from this heat. It's always a good time of this year when it is so hot or extreme hot to check on your elderlies, to check on your neighbor, make sure everybody is doing good. Don't forget your pets outside. Make sure everybody has plenty of water, and do not leave anybody in the car for any extended period of time unless you have the air conditioner running. But please do not leave a child or a pet in the car, or even an elderly person. They will not be able to handle it. It gets so hot so fast. Those 5 minutes normally turn into more than 5 minutes, and even 5 minutes is too much. Okay, we've got everything stained up on this side. Let's do those little finials real quick. I know I could just put them in a bag and do them up, but I didn't bring a bag up here, so just gonna put them in my hand and do it like this. I also forgot to bring my wood glue out, so I'm gonna have to grab that here in a moment. It's not far away. Won't take much to grab that. I am not 100% sure, don't quote me on this, but I want to say today, it was either yesterday or today, so if it was yesterday, I apologize, was the last day for the free gifts at Essential Stencil. Not 100% sure, so don't hold me to it. I forgot to check. It's my fault. I apologize for that. And the Christmas in July sale is still going on until the end of the month. All your favorites have been restocked, or most of your favorites have been restocked. Let's see, what else do I know? Oh, Stencil of the Month Club. August Stencil of the Month Club released on the 14th. And the July one should be shipping out, so there should be all on the way. For August, it's going to be overlay pumpkins. It's going to be let's see, Harvest Blessings, Welcome Fall. I cannot remember what the other ones are, but really beautiful script sayings. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. And of course, if you're new to the Stencil of the Month Club, it is a club. You'll have a membership and you get stencils sent to you every month. You can choose between a 12 by 16 set, there's 3 in each set, or 8 by 6 set for the smaller ones. And they're all coordinating with each other. Now I know there's some vines in there, and the overlays are really pretty of the pumpkins. And you'll be able to preview those. You can jump on board until the 13th of August, and then they'll ship out on the 14th. And the ambassadors will go live in the club to share ideas, techniques, and to showcase the new set. And the ambassadors on the Monday through Friday, they also will showcase them. So you have plenty of opportunity to see the new release. They will showcase them, they will create with them, so you'll have plenty of time to see some fall crafting with that new set. All right, let's take these off. Let's get going. I'm not seeing any comments, so if I missed you hopping on, I apologize. But hop on in, make yourself comfortable, say hi. I will go back later and look at all the comments. Let me dry all of this up. Reach over and get my wood glue out. Dry all these little finials. Yeah, that color might be too dark for Mom. I have to lighten it up. We'll just use a little bit of white and lighten it right up. We're gonna fix everything first, sand it, and then we're gonna add the little feet. This is 120, but I've used it so much it's probably not even 120 anymore. I just go around the edges just a little bit, and I also want to sand the bottom. Take my paper towel and just wipe over it. While I have my sanding sponge, we'll go ahead and sand my little snowmen. And again, I'll do the sides as well. I just like sanding everything down and just have a smooth surface to work with. Wipe these down. Let's start with our big one first. This is the set that I'm using, white Christmas set. This is one of the older ones and is one of my favorites. There are 6 in this set and they are amazing. I'll hold that up one more time. It's got that cute little truck in there. It's got snowflake. And we are using this little guy. If you look on the package, you know which way this little guy is laying. I'm just trying to place him somewhat in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my little brush, and I'm just going to outline. That way I know where his arms and everything needs to be, and I'm going to outline in buttermilk. This is a Decor art color. Buttermilk and light buttermilk are one of my favorite colors. That little bristle right there. And I'm just putting very little on here. I'm going to take our paper towel and wipe that off. because I just want the outline so I know, because I'm going to fill all this in with our cream color. And I'm going to fill this in so that our arms will stand out a little bit. I'm not looking for full coverage. I'm just going to try to put a little bit of color down so that when we add our arms, that will show up a little bit better. I'm not doing the scarf. Filling in this arm right here. I am not putting much paint on my brush at all. And I did not outline the carrot. I'm just going to put that up and you see our little outline. Just going to fill that in. I'm just going to use one of these brushes. Let's see what this one. I'm going to use this brush right here. I'm going to wet my brush. And I am going to take the buttermilk and warm white, and I'm going to create me a lighter color. Boom, that is a lot. That was a lot. A lot. Now, how did that get on there? Clorox wipes are your friend. I'm just mixing this up to get a really light creamy color. I don't have one, so I'm just making one. And then I'm just going to come and fill this guy in. I'm taking him all the way down. And I might need 2 coats. Do you like to add hand painting to your designs, or do you prefer stencils? I think it's a lot of fun when you can add some hand painting to your designs. I don't do it often, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the hand painting part. Get me a little bit of water. And see, now our little guy is not so stark white. He is more of a cream tone, what you would expect in a rustic vintage farmhouse, primitive. And and he might even have a little bit of shading. He might be a little bit more white on one side and a little bit more and I did make him a little bit bigger than the outline was. Our scarf is going to go across the middle, so I'm not really worried about that part. And once I get this on, I'm going to do one other thing to make him look a little bit more like a snowman. I want to dry all of this, and then we're going to add on top of that. Sad I can't see comments again. I'm going to have to start putting my... We don't have any words, so I could turn the camera around. I didn't even think about it. This is what we have right now. You can see the brush strokes and the variation. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my bigger brush, stone brush, and I'm going to add a little bit more white in here. So our base color was more creamy. This is more white. I'm going as close to the edge as I can. If I go out of the edge, it's okay too. He's a snowman. He's fluffy. I will show you here in a moment what that looks like. I'm trying to leave this taped on so that I can just flip it right back over top. This is one time we don't offload our brush. I have a pesky little fly in here. I'm going to show you what this looks like now. And you see the difference? I hope you can see the difference from the before and the after. Let's dry this so we can put our next layer on. Let this dry. You can also add a little slight bit of gray in here to give it dimension. I'm going to use the same little brush that we had, and I am going to get my spiced pumpkin for the nose. Now I know where my nose goes. And same thing, I am just going to fill it in. I am going to use that cream white base color and add that in here so that both sides will look the same of our carrot. Rubbing it off, dipping it back into our spiced pumpkin. Let me dry that real quick. I'm hoping you guys don't have problems logging on or logging in. It's not fair when I can't see what's going on. I'm going to dry it one more time. I'm going to add another coat. Looks good to me. I'm going to use the traditional burnt umber. Just going to put a dab on here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the cream white mixture to add our arms. I'm just going to use the same brush with the orange on there. I will pick it up here in a moment to see what it looks like. Because we're going to layer this up a little bit. And you can hand draw your sticks on. You don't need a template. And they're just sticks. You can draw sticks. Oh yeah, you can see it. I'll do this side first. And all we need to do then is our scarf. Put my finger right there because that's where the white starts, and I didn't want the brown to go into the white. So we got that. Our scarf. And I'm going to put my brushes in my wet wipes so that they will stay pliable. I'm going to use another dome brush, and I'm going to use Heritage Brick for our scarf. This is a nice primitive color. And I am going to take a little backer board and lay that down right here and hold my finger right there so it will not go over to the edges. Grab a little bit more color and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to lay that on there. And then switch it up right here. We'll add a little bit more color. I think that looks good. And our black dots for the, I'm just going to use that same one again. I'm going to take a little bit of black and put it in the brown. I mean, just a tiny little dot. Offload. Take just a smidge more. Offload. Tapping it in, making it look like coal. And I'm even going to tap a little bit of that dark color on our little branch. Because, you know, tree limbs are not solid colored. It's looking good. We will use the stars here in just a moment. Okay, those arms are not showing up very well, so we're going to have to go to a lighter color. Just laying this back down. Maybe these hands are from a birch tree. Maybe these are very snowy branches. You just have to improvise, go with the flow, make changes. we got. Much better. I've got a little boo-boo right there with our scarf. Let's see if I can scrape that. Now we're just going to use our, just washing the brush off. And then we're just going to use some of that white and the cream and add just a little bit back on there. And then we need to extend our scarf. Since I made him bigger, I need to extend our scarf out a little bit. Woo, I just touched the hot glue gun. That wasn't good. Now we're going to add a little bit of green in here. Our polka dotted scarf. And I'm gonna add, what is, just a couple of little lines in here to make it look like a carrot. And just a little bit of green on the bottom because, you know, carrots sometimes still have a little bit of a green carrot top. I'm literally just dabbing in a little bit of that green. Those little details is what makes the difference. We don't have no paint on the back, so now we can add our snowflakes here, there, and everywhere. I'm going to use that same brush that we have. You can do these raised as well. That would be very pretty. Very light pressure. I'm hardly pushing down on the snowflakes. Very loose. Some of them are going to go off, which is good. That gives it dimension. I like when things are not intentionally placed on top of the board. So what are you guys creating? Are you creating fall, Halloween, Christmas? Whoop, that just moved on me. Tape is your friend. I'm just randomly placing these. I'm getting ready to start on fall. I'm going to finish July out with Christmas in July. It looks good to me. We can always add more not snowflakes, more dots on here if we want to. But there's our little guy, our little riser. We'll go ahead and dry him up and add the feet. I will sand around the edges. We can also add some snow on his nose and on his arms. I will do that here in just a moment. I want to get the other stuff done. Let's see if we can add a little bit. And maybe a little bit on his scarf right here. On his little arms right here where they come together. Let's see, did we get it all? Does that look better? We dry it, and then we're going to add the feet, and then we're going to work on the other two snowmen real quick. That's more glue than I wanted, but that's okay. Get rid of all that excess. Get in there. Everything dries clear, so we'll be good. I just like to wipe everything back when I have a chance. I don't want to have too much excess. I wanted to make sure I didn't need to put that down further. And I only put a little bit of glue on the bottom to hold it immediately. That wood glue is what's gonna hold it permanently. I might be going over a little bit. I didn't think this was going to take me this long. What am I doing? Two more feet, and then we're going to start on the other ones, on the little snowmen. These fit in here real snug. And all the links are in the comments. I've put everything in there. In the comments, in the description. You know what I mean, guys. In the description. I've got the links for all the boards, the stencil. I've got my code in there. You can save at both Essential Stencil and at CraftDeals with the same code. A lot of times use my little spatula to get, I call it a spatula, my little, what's this knife called? What's that thing called, guys? A little spreadable knife thing. This here. I use that to get my glue off around things. Pellet knife. Yeah, sometimes I don't know. I can't think. So here's our little riser. We're going to set a little candle on there. Santa's plate of cookies. Whatever your heart desires. I will sand the edges off a little bit more. And let's get cracking on this other stuff real quick. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I apologize. I am going to dirty these up. Don't panic, folks. Don't panic. I just don't want them that light. These are more of a primitive look. Just a little dirt. We're just adding a little dirt to our cute little snowmen. Do you like things crisp and clean, or do you like them a little grungy? I like that little grungy look, that primitive. I like old vintage rustic. That's kind of my style. That's me. And all this was the wax, the Waverly wax. I'm using this fabric for the hat of the big guy. Man, I was going to cuff it. Ta-da! Where's my string? I got a long one and a short one. You can add oh my goodness. Why can I not talk tonight? You can add fluff in here. I'll do this differently. I'm going to move this over to the side a little bit. You can add fluff, and that's what I meant to say. Just fluff in here so it'll be a little thicker. And I'm going to put just a little dot on here. To hold it in place. Tie that jute in a bow. I was gonna add some snowflakes on here, but since I am running over, let me just put a couple of snowflakes on here. I don't even know if they're showing up. Very little. You can see them a little bit, because it is basically white on white. seam a little bit. You can do that. You can add the snowflakes on there. Let's see if I can push this in. He's gonna get 3 little bells on his belly. And top of the hour, Miss Tammy is normally on Thursdays. I did not check to see if she will be on. But it's normally Miss Tammy, and I ripped another piece of fabric for our scarf. I'm using the big dotter to make our eyes. There's our orange. I'm gonna make our little carrot nose. Let's see, carrot nose. I'm going to use the little dotter for our mouth. I dipped into that red and the white. I have a little bit of rosy cheeks. See if I can get some of the stars on here. very, very faint. I've got the striped fabric that I used for the scarf. This time I'm going to remember to cuff it. Do you guys like snowmen, or are you more of a Santa? My daughter collects Santas and I collect snowmen. I am a snowman person. I had to add a little bit glue right there so that will not fall off. Tie our hat on, and the fabric, I had this one, I got it in a grab bag or something. I don't even know where it came from. I've had that for so long. And the other one, I believe, is either from Hobby Lobby or from Jubilee Fabric. Right in the struggle bus with these little bows today. Let's see, we need our little eyes. Need our little carrots. Let's see. His nose is going to go the opposite way. Or her. His or her. Has a little crick in it. A little crooked nose. my little mouth dotted again, so I'm trying to get that off of there. Alright, got that fixed. And that little guy is gonna get 2 bells. Also, I forgot to get a third one out, so he's only gonna get 2 bells on his belt. On his belly. It's a lot harder to push that little thing in on these. Might have to leave these. Our little scarf is the same green as is in that one. And I just ripped it really small. I have to tie that and tie it, glue it down. No, I think it'll be fine. I think it's just fine, but we are going to have a little bit of rosy cheeks. And I don't mind that the scarf is going across right here. Cut that back a little bit. There's our little guy, and I will edge that out a little bit to make it a little bit darker. I'm just making this hat a little bit more fun. And there's this little guy and this little guy. And I know I am running out of time. But I was going to stick a little bit of greenery in here and some pine cones. And I will glue that in here in a little bit. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Give him a little red. That's what they will look like. Just a little something, not much. And then here is our little riser. Hope you enjoyed this evening. Sorry for keeping you so long. Let's read our blessing real quick. Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Be strong and take heart. Somebody needed to hear that verse today. Have a blessed evening. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you Saturday for Soul Filled Saturday at 11 o'clock. And have a blessed evening, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will finish these out and post pictures tomorrow. See y'all next week or for Soul Filled Saturday.